Hi, it's Elizabeth from the Toy Hoarder, and I am back with another Kingdom Builders toy. This one is a bit of a spark plug, and I always love these female characters and these female engineers, you know, personal experience here. But she's a little feisty. This is Lady Twist. She is the princess, also the twin of the Prince Philip. She is a flathead screwdriver, which is why she's called Lady Twist. And she says on here, "Can I twist your arm?" I'm going to show up close on the box some of these sides so that you can see. Of course, if you need to pause the video anywhere to read anything, go ahead. And I'm going to move on with getting her out of the box. She's attached with these stupid little T twist ties is what I call them. It's like a little rubber band with a T on each end, and they're clear so that they're nice and hard to see once you get them off, and you can lose them all over your floor. So I hate the packaging. I hate the way that it's packaged. I think that the packaging is ridiculously huge for what it is. There's a cute little box that's designed here. It's got this little shield and made out of all these stones and stuff that you could have, in theory, played with, but they didn't quite make it a removable box. Instead, it extends on one side and not the other, so you can't actually use it to play with because it will not stand up once you have cut the box apart, unless you super modify the box. But if they were going to do that and waste all that anyway, and the design's already there, they could have just made it something we could actually use, which would have been epic, but they did not, and I am super sad. Also, I don't know if I noted, this is a Little Tikes toy and was distributed by MGA Toys. Oh, I have a really hard time on that one middle waist one. Oh, you guys, she's super cool. Okay, I'm going to show her to you in a second, but I got to get one more piece out of the box and conveniently dump all these stupid little T ties all over the place again. Oh, one more. I should have expected two more. There we go. And I got these instructions out of here. This is what she looks like. I'm gonna give you a little measurement here. She's about 7.5 inches tall. This is the first and so far only female Kingdom Builders character, and this is so cool for getting your little girls into STEM. Now I will show you real quick the instruction booklet, which has her on the front, and a little quote that I will read in a moment about her. Inside it shows how to transform her, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, as well as on the back having different options of the builders and bashers that you can buy. I love that this can be colored in as an extra little toy. I think that's fun. I will read you her little quote. It says, "Lady Twist is driven, bubbly, and upbeat. She knows what she wants and doesn't give up until she makes it happen." So she sounds like a really great female character here. And guys, she's a princess. This toy totally rivals Mulan for Best Warrior Princess, which is super awesome. I love also that they used purple in this design, and not only because purple is my favorite color, but because it's not necessarily a girly color. I would have been really disappointed to see this toy having been done in pink only, and I think that would have been a disappointment to a lot of little girls out there as well. But let's talk about the rest of her. Now I'm going to show you close up what she looks like. I'm actually going to remove her sword screwdriver here for a moment while I show you all of the detail on her, because she is an incredibly detailed figure as far as texture and color, which is really fantastic. And here is the screwdriver piece that comes with her. I'll show you how to transform her and what her motions are, and then I will talk a little bit more about her pros and cons. She does have full shoulder ball joints here, so her arms go up and down, forward and back, all the way around, and we'll kind of do a couple different angles here. She does not have any wrist or elbow joints as far as bends or twists, which is a little bit disappointing because she is supposed to be able to wield her sword and fight with it, but it is very limited motion here on playing with this because you can only move her at the shoulder instead of being able to at least twist her wrist, which is an option on Sir Philip. So I'm not really sure why we lost that when we got the female character. A little bit disappointing. Now her legs do not move forward and back, which is again a disappointment for an action figure, but somehow is the case for almost all the figures in these sets. Her legs do move out and in so that she can ride Build-A-Beast, and her feet move from toes out to toes down, as well as her knees spinning. Both of those last two features I noted are for her transformation feature. Okay, let's talk about her transformation. It's not too bad on transformation. She's similar to Sir Philip, but less dangerous as far as pinch points and sharp points. So you're going to pull her legs apart and twist them. There's pegs. I'm going to twist them a little bit further so you can see. There's pegs on the side of her leg, on this leg, and a hole on this side. Those are the ones you're going to connect together when you twist them, just like this. And you're going to push her feet downward. So once you connect it, this makes one solid handle that you can hang on to when you're going to use her as a tool. Then you're going to stick her arms all the way up, and this is a little bit weird because her hands, I guess, aren't sitting straight on it, so it doesn't look super nice as far as a straight line. I keep wanting to kind of twist it, but then I twist her shoulder, and anyway, it's a perfectionism thing. It's not a huge deal, but again, I would have liked to have had that joint for when I'm playing with her as a knight. Now, just like Sir Philip, she has a little latch back here that you are going to push down, and again, it gets a little creepy because you're going to push her head down into her armor and close that back up. On the top, she's got a little hexagon hole, which of course is where you're going to need to insert the blade of the screwdriver, which also doubles as the blade of her sword. And this one, while these toys have poor quality control, at least does sit straight how it's supposed to. On my Sir Philip, it's kind of crooked and I can't spin it because of the way the toy was made. It does sit tight enough in here that you can use it as a screwdriver. However, there are a few concerns. I'm going to show this up close. What happened? This is a flathead screwdriver with 2 points. When do you see that in real life? If you've ever worked in construction or, you know, been around a tool, this isn't what a flathead screwdriver looks like. And it also doesn't look like a sword, so I really don't know why they added this double pointed thing. It is super weird and defeats the educational purpose. We should have just made it a flathead screwdriver. Additionally, on the disappointment is she does not come with any flathead screws, and there are none available to purchase. So unless you use the wrong tool for the job, she can't help build any of the sets or the Build-A-Beast, which is a ridiculously huge disappointment, especially for little girls who are trying to get interested in STEM. I don't want to teach them to use the wrong tool for the job because that defeats the whole purpose of this educational toy. And I really don't see why we couldn't have had a couple of screws that came in there that were flathead screws. That way she can help build or disassemble any of the sets. I think it would be a pretty easy fix and it would make this character a lot more worthwhile. Okay, I'm going to transform her back while I discuss the overall pros and cons summary. She is the first and only female character of the sets, which is a super huge pro. I love that they're starting to become more inclusive of both genders in these sets, and I think that's awesome. It's highly detailed, textural, and color detail. Also, the color is purple instead of the pink, which is super nice for not stereotypically genderizing the toy. I thought that was really fun. A princess knight is a super awesome character just in general to design. In the tool form, her sword does fit really nicely into the head and is nice to use as a tool if you could actually use it as a tool, but it does fall out of her hand. She's fairly lightweight and thin, so she's easy for little hands to grip, and she doesn't have any sharp edges like Sir Philip does, so no pinch points or anything of that sort. She's really great for imaginative and educational play as far as the concept, except that she's the wrong tool for the job. So cons, of course, well, one, her tool isn't a flathead screwdriver, it's a double pointed screwdriver, which doesn't exist. I don't really understand. Additionally, there are no flathead screws available to purchase or available with her pack or available in the sets anywhere. It's just not made, so you can't use the appropriate tool for the job to have her help build the sets, which is really a super huge disappointment. She also doesn't have articulation in her wrists or elbows, which makes it difficult to play with her as a knight when she's trying to wield her sword. Her legs only go out to ride Build-A-Beast, but they do not go forward and back, which is a con that I have on most of the action figures. And her knees twist instead of bending. There's really no super usable action figure joints on the lower half of her body, so the only main joint that she has really is her shoulders. Her head does not twist at all or look up and down, and her legs don't move forward and back, so that was kind of interesting on the design of that. Like, they thought about what joints they should have for the transformation, but didn't quite think through what joints it should have as an action figure as well. Want to note one other thing that I thought was interesting, and I'll bring Sir Philip in for this video. It's interesting because this set is twin. I'm sorry, she doesn't hold her sword very well. So they are. They're twins, but they're opposite-handed. It looks like Sir Philip is right-handed and Lady Twist is left-handed, which is just an interesting comment. It's not really a pro or a con, but I thought I'd note it just in case you were curious about that. Now, I did give Lady Twist a 3 stars out of 5 because of some of the lacking features and this poor design overall, and because of her tool isn't the right tool. So 3 out of 5. But I really think they can improve it if they add flathead screws, and maybe if we get an alternate sword that is more of a flathead screwdriver instead of this double point, and we could have a really cool toy. Little Tikes is so close. You're almost there. I really want to see just a little bit more thought, maybe just a little bit more quality, and we can get these toys to be an absolutely amazing educational tool as well as a tool for imaginative and creative play. So I really hope that that happens, and fingers crossed on that. Let me know what you guys think of this toy down in the comments, and of course click the like button and click the subscribe as well. Of course, if there's anything that you would like to say as far as feedback, or there's something you would like to see, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Put it down in the comments below, and until next time, have a fantastic time playing. Bye.